you're cautious in your approach to these. They are wild animals. So in your approach to any wild animal, you've got to have a protocol that you're going to be able to um, adhere to have the best interaction with it. How you get that protocol is going to the school of hard knocks, you know. So it's trying this, it's touching, feeling, and trying to understand, and then interacting. Sometimes it goes well, sometimes it goes badly. So, I mean, when it goes badly, you can't blame the animal. You just, what did you do wrong? Again, you take it as a learning experience and say to yourself, okay, how can I learn from the situation?
For example, you tell fellow divers, don't act like prey.
Yes.
You acted like prey and you paid for it.
Correct.
Tell us about that.
Inadvertently, while interacting with a tiger shark, and over the era that we're doing Sharkman with Michael Rudson, we're trying to interact, and we're pushing the envelope with these animals, trying to get them into tonic, trying to understand, you know, what will put them into tonic, what won't. I had gone for a dorsal ride on this big tiger, and let it go, and it continued on its way out, and I turned around and swam back to the bucket. What I didn't realize that when I turned around and swam back to the bucket, and I usually include this in my briefing as well, is that shark turned around immediately as well. I didn't see it turn around, and I happily swam back to the bucket. When that shark swam up behind me, and it was like wanting to interact some more, maybe saying like, "What's going on? Let's see get this party on," type of thing. Yeah. And I was swimming away from it, acting like food, and thought, well, there's a smell of food. There's this thing that's acting like food. Maybe it is food. And then went and bit onto my fin. Luckily, it bit sideways on my fin and gave it a bit of resistance on the first bite. And on the second bite, I managed to get my foot out of its mouth before it clamped down, or I wouldn't have a foot. So that's where the whole thing came, of trying to understand what actually happened there, and understanding, yeah, okay, you were acting like food by swimming away, even though you in your mind weren't acting like saying, "Oh, there's a shark," trying to get away from it, you know, and acting like all panicky. And it was just a simple thing like swimming away. And then the sort of penny dropped for me, and including in our briefing, don't act like food, inadvertently or advertently. So when you're swimming anyway, from A to B, you're just swimming back in the current to get closer to the buoy. You always look back. It's very easy while you're swimming just to put your head down, and you can look straight back at what's going on behind you, and do that on a regular basis while going from A to B.
And would you say that eye contact is enough to often deter the shark?
The tigers, look, the black tips are extroverts, you know. They don't give two hoots whether you're staring them in the eye, glaring at them, not looking at them. The black tips, they just totally unafraid of you, and you're just another member in this whole game they're playing, and they just carry on. Tiger is completely different. You know, if you see the tiger coming up and you're just trying to get a picture of that tiger, just turning your camera and focusing on that shark will make it turn away. So it's very sensitive to eye contact, especially if it's a shy tiger. The players, you know, it's a lot easier to interact and to make eye contact with them.
Let's play a game of Walter reacts to his own footage.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds like a fun game.
This is a fun game.
I'm looking forward to it. We'll show the people at home what you're looking at.
Okay. Very interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Number one, I would say the whole thing was, what interested that shark with that particular diver? Was it the wetsuit? Was it his behavior? And I thought it was the wetsuit. Just the color of that wetsuit intrigued that shark, and it turned up and had a good look at him. Obviously, as a shark, when it approaches something and it's interested in it, the first thing it wants to do is mouth it, because that's how it gets an idea of exactly what it is. Any of the apex predators. So now the key to that whole interaction was, how did the diver react? And the diver, being a friend of mine who's dived quite a bit with tigers in the past, knew that to suddenly panic and start trying to get away from the shark, number one, you're never going to get away from it. So number two, he knew, okay, stand your ground.
Phelps can outswim a shark?
Phelps cannot outswim any fucking shark.
This clip, for my reference, I titled, "Walter rides fin, shark says fuck off."
Oh, okay. Okay, shark coming in is having a look at me. I'm deciding, all right, shark, this is something completely new to you. This is me riding your dorsal like a remora. Shark saying, okay, I don't like that too much. Okay, I said, all right, but all right, shark coming around and saying, what the hell just happened? What was that? Oh, it's something.
Really reminds me of the tiger shark story you told, except in this case you turned and faced it. Yeah. Thank God.
Exactly, yes. It's exactly that.
Right?
Exactly that. If I had turned around there and just like swam off randomly somewhere, the result would have been completely different. Yeah. Very much like you pointed out. I didn't actually think about that, but you are 100% correct.
Seems you've learned something.
Yeah. I obviously learned something, even me.
So did that tiger shark encounter happen before this?
Yeah.
Okay. So you actually learned and applied it. Can we call that coexistence?
It's one animal interacting with another animal, saying, yes, I like this, no, I don't like that. What the hell just happened? Who are you? I say, it's me, I'm not food, but I'm just here as well.
But when it has teeth like that, you better make sure you know what its reaction was before you swim off.
Good point, yeah. In other words, keep your eye on the animal and just make sure that it's not too interested in the whole thing.
Well, let's milk this further. People that are anti-shark and anti-shark diving are going to be like, that shark wanted to kill you. Is there another explanation for how it came up and then nosed your camera?
What happened, I think, was the whole dynamic of the thing. Okay, so the shark swam up to me initially, looking at me, and I thought, let's portray something else to this animal. Let's make it think about things as well. So I'm not going to act as a piece of flotsam. I'm actually something. So I went down and I rode on its dorsal fin, and the shark didn't like it, so I sensed that immediately. I let it go.
In this case?
In this case. In other cases, you could ride for kilometers on the back of that fin, and it wouldn't give two hoots.
Is that the personality of the shark or the way you grab the fin?
It's a combination, the personality and the way you grab the fin. So, that shark then turned around and thought, what's going on here? Who is this thing that just grabbed my fin? Swam up to me, and I said, okay, I'm not food. This is me. I'm not running away from you, but let me let you feel something that's not food, in terms of swimming up to my camera, touching that, realizing, that's not so nice, and then carrying on in its merry way. Let's go and rather eat the whale.